Hey guys, welcome to your monthly reading. This reading is going to be for the sun, moon, and rising sign of Capricorn. We're going to take a look at what general messages your spirit team wants to relay to you for this month of September and going forward. Now, please keep in mind that these aren't just general messages, meaning that the messages may or may not resonate. However, take what does resonate, leave the rest behind. Also, be sure to check out my other videos for your other sign placements if you find that there are no messages in this particular video for you. Okay, so with that being said, let us go ahead and get started with your reading. So thank you, beautiful angels, spirit guides, and ancestors for the collective sign of Capricorn for being present here with us today. Okay, so we're actually going to start off the reading with some oracle messages that I've already pre-pulled for you guys, starting with your angel number messages card. And you guys have number 88. I am wealthy. Okay, and it says you are on the cusp of a prosperous and abundant spiritual life. You will find numerous opportunities for success and achievement, all of which bring financial and material abundance into your life. All right, so number 88, guys, I am wealthy. All right. So normally I would just pull one of these oracle messages, but two actually wanted to come out when I was doing the shuffle for these. So I took them both. So the first one says, you went off the path for a bit. You lost some motivation, but it's time to get back on track. All right. And the second one says, try relaxing more when you drive. You'll be less tense when you arrive at your destination. All right. So I'm going to put both of those there. And then lastly, you guys have the charm card of Black Cat. All right. And then a Virgo actually also got this as their charm card. So if you guys have any Virgo in your chart, you may want to actually watch that video as well. All right, and it says take more time for meditation, deep breaths, or yoga. Slow down your thoughts and focus on the present moment. Your life needs more balance and organization. Prioritize more of what is important for you. And lastly, it says see the good traits within yourself and others. Focus less on judgment and negativity. All right. So that's the Black Cat for you guys. All right, so now we're going to jump into the cards and see what it is that your spirit team would like for you to know at this time. So thank you, beautiful angels, guides, ancestors. Can you please guide this reading and show me what is Capricorn's current situation? Current situation for Capricorn, please. All right, so you guys have the Chariots as your current situation, and I love this because like with both of these cards here, it's pretty much talking about like some form of travel, right? This one says you went off path for a bit. All right, now it's time to get back on track. And this one speaks of, you know, relaxing when you drive, okay, and a destination in mind. And then you have the Chariot that shows up in your current situation. So this is definitely saying that you guys are back on track. So whereas you may have lost motivation for a little bit, you may have went off path for a little bit. Now I feel like you guys may be gaining a sense of clarity in order for you all to move forward. All right, but let us keep going. See what else we get. Thank you, beautiful angels, guys, ancestors. What is the current challenge for Capricorn? All right, so we have the Five of Swords. All right, that's the current challenge. And then what advice do you have for Capricorn during this time? What advice? Oh, that was two. Okay, so you have two come out. You have the Eight of Swords and you have the Hierophant. Okay, in your advice position. And lastly, what is the expected outcome? What is the expected outcome? What is the expected outcome? All right, so we have the Queen of Pentacles, okay? Which, you know, is also will be able to consider being, you know, wealthy, which is your Angel's Numbers card. Card at the bottom of the deck for you guys is the Three of Swords, okay? Disappointment, heartbreaks, sorrow. All right, so Capricorn, let us see what we have going on for you guys. Definitely get a sense that you guys are taking back control of your life and where you want it to go, right? I almost get a sense like with this card, when this card says that you went off path for a bit, okay, you lost some motivation. I almost feel like that may have something to do with someone who was in your life who could have been partly responsible for you going off path. All right, because the Five of Swords is a conflict card. All right, so it could be tied to someone holding you back, but you've decided to take control of the reins and move yourself forward. All right, because I don't know if you can see here, but in the background of this card, there is a home, a castle, something of that sort, right? And I get the sense that it's almost in the shadows, right? Even like how when you see the shadows in this Five of Swords cards, right? Almost in the shadows. So I get the sense that some of you guys are moving away from that. All right. Because of you realizing that things weren't going how they need to be. All right. You knew things should be better. You knew things were not where they needed to be. All right. And so now you have a sense of understanding that it is time for you to go ahead and move yourself forward. All right. But as these cards state, okay, and I do think like when it says try relaxing more when you drive, I do take that it could be literally like if you're driving from home to work or work to a friend's house. So it could, I do get a sense of literal driving, but I also feel like you being the driver in this case with the Chariot. Okay, just, you know, relax your way into the changes that are to come about. All right, that way when you get to your end goal, which will be considered your destination, you won't be so stressed or so tense. Okay, now in the position of the challenge, we have the Five of Swords. All right, and the Five of Swords is all about a card of conflict. All right. So people who are just, you know, bickering and fighting and arguing and, you know, someone wanting to win at all costs, you know, no matter the consequence or no matter the outcome, right? They just know that they want to win. All right. So this could be like what you guys are, I don't want to say moving towards. I mean, even though we have this Chariot facing that way, but I do feel like it is something that you guys are leaving behind, but it may not be such an easy transition with the fact that, you know, it's, as you can see in this instance, the Chariot is moving towards the Five of Swords. All right. So this, I feel like it's just saying that you guys may be in the middle, so to say, in the middle of, you know, releasing all those things or those ties that has kept you back. All right. Now, in the position of the advice, you have the Hierophant and the Eight of Swords. Okay. And I love the Eight of Swords showing up here because this is just saying like, allow yourself, let yourself free. All right. The Eight of Swords is all about feeling like stuck, right? It's this negative energy, the self-imposed energy of feeling stuck. But in actuality, you know, with the Eight of Swords, it's a mind thing, because in the real essence of this card, as you can see, the cage is open. All right. So even though this angel sits here like with his head down as if there's no hope, all it takes is for him to look up and realize that the cage is open. So I feel like this is what Spirit is telling you. Free yourself. All right. Free yourself so that you can get to your ultimate destination. The Hierophant is being able to take counsel from others. All right. Taking words of wisdom from others. Someone who can help see you through maybe a difficult time that some of you may be going through, especially with this Five of Swords coming up. Okay, so maybe too, another thing is that maybe this is saying that if you guys are in a position or in a relationship where there's a lot of conflict, maybe there's counseling needed in order to liberate you all emotionally, and not just maybe for yourself, but for the other person also. All right, moving in a new direction with this conflict, taking it to counseling, okay, so that the two of you, or whoever, whatever the case is, can be liberated and free from it. All right. And then with that, you bring in the Queen of Pentacles, who is the Queen of Practicality, right? She's grounded. Okay. She's able to take care of self financially. She's not only able to take care of herself financially, but others, right? She has this ability now to nurture. All right. She has this ability now to provide. All right. Because she is in a better place to do so. So with this being the expected outcome, this is just saying that maybe some things need to be patched up. That's going to allow for some more grounding and allow for more stability. That's going to allow for you to be a better provider for yourself and for others. Okay. Now let's go ahead. We're going to pull some clarifiers to see what else your spirit team wants you to know. Thank you, beautiful angels, guides, ancestors. Can you please clarify why is the Chariot here in the position of current situation? Why is the Chariot here? Yeah, definitely needing to leave something in the shadows in the past, right? Any drama, conflict that you guys have been a part of or involved in, which could have been the cause for you to kind of go off path, steer off path a little bit. This is the time for you to kind of regain control over your life at this moment. Okay. And I look at this angel's number card where it says you are on the cusp of a prosperous and abundant spiritual life. All right. So with that, I feel like maybe you guys were supposed to learn a lesson. Okay. A lesson, even with the Hierophant being here. So maybe there was a lesson that was to be learned from this all. So what lesson can you say you've learned from this situation, Capricorn, that's going to allow you to move forward? So definitely a lesson that was meant to be learned in order for you to be released or set free. Okay. Mainly, I feel like spiritually, but it can be all of emotional. I would hope not physical. I would hope any of you aren't physically restrained, but definitely emotionally and spiritually. This should allow for that release. Okay, whatever lesson you guys are supposed to get from the situation. Why is the Chariot here? Thank you, beautiful angels, guys, ancestors. Yeah, so some things having to balanced out, things working out in your favor. All right, with this Justice card showing up here. All right, so you guys definitely, I feel like you went through some things to where now calls had to be made, decisions had to be made in order for you to feel like things are going to be balanced and things that are not supposed to be there for you be removed. Okay. Thank you, beautiful angels, guys, ancestors. Please clarify why is the Five of Swords here. And I feel like with that Justice card too, it's like it's telling me like it was the right thing to do. So moving forward, okay, it's the right thing to do. Moving on, it's the right thing to do. Okay, while not looking back. All right. And to clarify the Five of Swords, we have the Hermit. All right. And the Hermit is all about going within, right? With it being in a challenge position, though, I feel like, especially clarifying this Five of Swords, it's not being able to see the light in this situation, right? Where you're supposed to learn something from the situation. Maybe you're not fully getting it. You're not fully understanding, okay, the turmoil of it all, why it's happening, why it has to happen, why it has happened. It's almost like you guys are saying to yourself, make it make sense, right? Like, make it make sense. You guys are on the verge of really wanting it to make sense, and I don't feel like for some of you it's just maybe it's not adding up, you know, everything that's going on around you. Let us clarify why it's the Hierophant here in the position of, oh, well, the Hierophant and the Eight of Swords, because you got two. So why is the Hierophant and the Eight of Swords here in the position of the advice? So some type of mediation needs to be done, especially like with this Justice card too and the Hierophant. Some type of mediation needs to be done in order for you to feel fully released, right? Why is the Hierophant and the Eight of Swords here in a position of advice? Yeah, and I feel like with that I am wealthy card, it's not 100% literal. It's more so you acknowledging you're wealthy within, right? You're wealthy within. So once you gain that type of attitude, that allows you the momentum with this Chariot to move forward. And from there, then you gain the physical aspects of wealthiness. But I think right now it's wanting you to recognize the spiritual aspects of it first and foremost, right? Why is the Hierophant and the Eight of Swords? Okay, I'm going to take that since it popped out sideways. And we have the Page of Pentacles. All right, so new journey, new expectations for self, right? Starting fresh, starting new, being willing and open to taking on new avenues of income, maybe, right? Maybe this is a release of some of you guys from a job. This could be for some of it, because the Hierophant does represent traditional organizations. So you have the Eight of Swords of releasing yourself, and then you have the Page of Pentacles, which is a new beginning, right? So maybe some of you needs to be released from a workspace. I know I mainly spoke of this in terms of a relationship, but this could also be work related for some of you all. A lot of drama in the workplace, realizing that there's no growth in the workplace, realizing that there's just always too much going on, conflictual in the workplace, that you're not able to shine, okay, because of everything else that's around you. So feeling drowned out with everything that's going on around you. All right, so for some of you where that's related to in the career area of your life, that could be very significant for you to realize that you are greater than the situation. Okay, you're better than what you're made out to be in this situation, and it may be where your light is being dimmed in this situation. Time for you to move on out of the shadows, take yourself out of the shadows, and then put yourself into the spotlight. All right, and then what is the Queen of Pentacles here? Why is the Queen of Pentacles here in a position of the expected outcome? And I feel like with that Queen of Pentacles, like there, it's just like knowing your worth, right? She's very confident, right? She's like well off financially. She's well off spiritually, right? So just knowing your worth, okay? Whether it's in a relationship or whether it's in a job, all right? And if you have slacked off in either areas of either of those areas in your life. As this card here states, you went off path. Now it may be the time for you to pick up the pieces, okay, and being a little bit more relaxed as you move to your next destination. Okay, so you have the Two of Swords and the Hangman, and your expected outcome. And this is you making a difficult decision to just, you know, see things from a different perspective. All right. So sometimes we're, like I was saying, how some of you guys may have that make it make sense mentality. Sometimes when it doesn't make sense, that's our moment to kind of pause and reflect on, you know, what is our spirit team or the universe or our guides trying to tell us. All right. So whereas you may feel blinded right now, as you can see how she has that blindfold over her eyes, you may feel blinded right now, but this is the time where you can make that decision to evacuate the situation, is the word I'm looking for. Evacuate the situation, or allow it to, you know, for those of you who I mentioned earlier, where it may be some type of mediation that needs to be done, doing that. But either way, this is the time for you to call on your spirit team and listen to what answers they give you during this time. Okay, so now let us pull some oracle messages and see what else your spirit team wants you to know. So thank you, beautiful angels, spirit guides, ancestors. Can you please provide 3 oracle messages for my lovely Capricorns? 3 oracle messages, please, for Capricorn. All right, and you guys have you guys have the Star, which says shoot for the stars. Don't you dare settle for fine. Set your sights higher. You deserve better. Right? Yes. And this is what we were saying, like you come into the realization that, you know, you deserve more. All right. And then actually taking the stance to do something about it. All right. 2 more oracle messages, please. Thank you, beautiful angels, guides, and ancestors. Two more oracle messages, please. Yes, I really like how that card like popped up, and it's saying you setting your sights higher, right? You realizing that you deserve better, right? So whereas your light may have been dimmed in a situation, now it's the time when you know, step out and step forward, right? All right, so then you have wait, which says don't feel rushed to make a decision right now. Spend time alone, meditating upon what truly makes you happy. All right, and that's just like with this card here, the Black Cat charm card says take more time for meditation, right? Slow down your thoughts and focus on the present moment so you don't have to feel in a rush, Capricorn. And then you have build anew, which says don't kill yourself trying to fix what is beyond repair. This is your chance to build something different. Yes, definitely calling for you to move in a new and different direction, Capricorn. All right, so then now we're going to pull 2 cards that's going to show you 2 aspects of your shadow self that you can work on during this time, okay, as it relates to this situation, or whatever situation this is for you all. So thank you, beautiful angels, spirit guides, ancestors. Can you please show us 2 aspects of Capricorn's shadow side that they can work on throughout this situation and going forward? 2 aspects of the shadow self that needs to be worked on for Capricorn. Oh, that like flew out. And you guys have passive shadow, okay, and it says allow things to just happen to them. pushover, submissive, give up their power. Okay, and it says don't just let things happen. Push yourself harder and you'll see just how strong you really are. So it's almost like this card here, you know, set your sights higher. Okay, not feeling like you have to settle. All right, don't be a pushover. Don't let others make you feel like you are, you know, where you're at is where you belong. No, you're far wealthier than that. Okay, more so internally than anything. Okay, and I feel like once you recognize that about yourself, that's when the physical attributes of wealth comes in. But it's calling for you to, you know, not give up your power in this sense, guys. For whether it's in a job relationship, it's definitely calling for you to stand strong and firm and attack that shadow side of yourself that makes you feel passive. All right, one more aspect of a shadow self that Capricorn can work on. Thank you, beautiful angels, guides, ancestors, as it relates to this situation. So stepping into your power, right? Stepping into your power, stepping out of the shadows into the light, right? And just really owning up to your capabilities, all right? And that's where the true treasure lies, is within, all right? Freeing yourself from those things that hold you back. One more aspect of the shadow self. And we have draining shadow. Okay, and it has exhaust others by unloading their issues, energy vampire, taxing, freeloader. Okay, and it says you cannot heal in the same environment that made you sick. It's time to protect your energy. Yes, you cannot heal in the same environment that made you sick. Guys, you can't do it. And this is why it's time to move along, move away from draining energy, from draining people, draining situations. Okay, not allowing yourself to be passive and feel like you're made to be in that situation, because you're not. All right, you're supposed to be set free and evolve from it, not made to feel like you're stuck. Okay, so like this card says, you went off path for a bit, but now it's time for you to regain control, Capricorn. I love this though. You cannot heal in the same environment that made you sick. Yes, definitely time to move forward, move along. All right, so then now let us get one archetype message for you all. Okay, and you guys have the Ice Queen. All right, and the Ice Queen says, don't chase after things or people that have left you in the cold. Practice the subtle art of detachment. Yeah, so this is another card of moving away from things that are conflictual, people that are conflictual, situations that are conflictual. They're dimming your light. All right, and it's time for you to move away and not chase after those things or people. Okay, especially if they were not, you know, there for you how they should be, you know, keeping you in that state of mind of feeling like you're not more than what you're really worth. Okay, so it's time for you to be made aware of that. All right, so that you can move away from that. Okay, so now I'm going to pull, well, I've already pulled 4 fortune messages for you guys. So let's take a look at what else your spirit team wants you to know. So you guys have door, and it says opportunities are waiting for you. Okay. And then you have chair field. Someone new is entering your life. Okay. And then you have basket, recognition, reward for merit. And you have gong, an exciting events. All right. So guys, just be, you know, mindful that, you know, there are other opportunities on the other side. All right. So you don't have to feel like where you're at is where you need to reside or where you need to be. All right. Because there are greater things out there for you. But I feel like the key message here is for you guys to recognize your spiritual wealth, okay, so that you can do more with it in the physical reality, okay? All right, my lovely Capricorns, that has been your monthly reading. Really hope you enjoy. If so, please be sure to hit the like button as well as to subscribe to the channel. Until next time, my lovelies, take care and bye-bye.